What's up, my peoples? It is your boy AMG here, and today we'll be talking about episode 3 of The Rising of Shield Hero, titled Waves of Catastrophe. Now, as the episode opens, we see that Reptalia looks way older. Like they went to a time skip or something like that. So I'm guessing there was like material in between from the manga, which I don't read, which I really need to get on, and it just time skipped to that time. Or it could be because she is a prune, which is basically, in D&D and stuff like that, she is half animal, half human. So it could be she could just take characteristics from her animal side and just grow faster, just like how dogs are, where 7 years is equivalent to one of ours. So it could be that kind of thing going on, but she looks way older. She went from looking like she was like 11 to looking like she's like 23, and I'm like, damn, okay, well, she grew up fast. That's new. And we see that Nafune is like, why is everybody trying to get with her? She's a little kid. She's a baby. She's basically like my little sister. Like, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. I'm not liking how this is going. And we see Reptalia talking to the shop owner, the weapon shop owner. And he's like, you grew up so fast. You're not the same kid I seen, the little like munchkin I seen that was coming over here with the shield hero. And she makes this little, like adorable, frustrated face like a lot of anime characters do, which is so adorable. And we see that she is really assertive now. Like, she really cares Nafune now. Like, she's like, yo, you need to get some new armor, or you could die. You got hurt last time we were in the plains. Like, what are you doing, dude? I know you want to get weapons for me, but you need to worry about yourself. And I'm like, whoa, she is super devoted to this dude. And we seen, like in the other episodes that she was like that too, but she's really devoted. Like, they've been through a lot of stuff. So I'm guessing there was a lot of stuff that went on in between there and here and there from the last episode number 2. So I'm guessing there's just a lot of manga material in between there. So I really need to read that. But moving on, we see he gets this new uniform, this new equipment, and the store owner is like, hey, you look like a real bandit. And he's like, I'm supposed to be a hero, not a bandit. And we see Reptalia is like, oh, you look so dashing and handsome. And I'm like, whoa, okay. I was like, okay, well, thank you then. Like, that's funny. Like, she really cares about him. It's crazy. And then we see the knights going through the town, and the village people are just like, kind of nervous and everything, because the waves of catastrophe are coming through. So they're like on uneasy and on edge, because they're like, we don't know if we're gonna get destroyed, if the hero's gonna save us, or the knights are gonna save us, or anything like that. So I understand. And then we find out that there is a counter that tells them when the waves are gonna hit. And Nafune didn't know about this, but you would think, hey, the king would tell him, or anything, something like that, or somebody. But I guess they wouldn't, because the reputation he got from that stupid redheaded girl, and from him just being a shield hero and them not liking him in the first place, because in video games the shield hero is really nothing but defense, and he can't really do offense. So they're usually one of the worst characters. Like, it's usually like shield heroes and like healers that people really don't like to be. So I can definitely understand that. I'm more of a rapier person myself, but anyway. And we see while he's in there, and he goes and looks at the clock, and there's like, he sees the time counting down. There is the 3 other heroes that come in, and the ones that are the most powerful ones, because they have actual attack power and attack weapons. And they get in the conflict that with the blonde dude again, the one I hate so much because he's so pompous. Really, he's like a womanizer. So I don't understand why people don't think anything of him, because he's a womanizer. But I guess whatever. I don't know. That's just weird to me. It makes no sense, but whatever. And we see the redhead goes with him, and I'm just like, this lion. Oh my god, I can't stand her. Like, oh, I can't stand her. But whatever. And just him walking past and just feeling just so pissed off because he can't tell what really went on because they're not going to believe him anyway. And Raphtalia has no idea about any of this stuff. She has no information about this stuff at all, because I'm pretty sure they don't just talk about this in everyday conversation, the people around the village, and she doesn't really pay attention to them at all because of course not. So that was very, I felt really bad for him in that scene. And you see him walking past, and the blonde head dude who's the archer is like, oh well, we'll see you at the waves. And then the freaking dark head dude, which I hate a lot, is saying don't slow us down. I'm just like, dude, oh my gosh, I would just smacked him with my shield if I was really Nefune. I really would have just like, bam, shut up, and walked up. But yeah, you can't really do that sometimes. But we see as the time is counting down from the sand in the hourglass that they get Nefune and Raphtalia get transported to where the waves are starting. And you see all the monsters. You just see the monster in the sky, and this, I don't know, what would you call it, like teleporting magic or something like that. There's all just flying and dropping down from the sky, just millions of them. It's crazy that there's so many of them like that, and I'm like, wow, bro, that is insane to me. I just don't understand, and it's just so many, and then they don't have enough people really fighting. It's just the fact, I guess, because they were that skilled, all the heroes are that skilled, because as we see Nefune, he goes to the town and tries to help because Raphtalia is saying, hey, there's like all these villagers down there, and he was like, Nefune's like, did they even escape? Did they evacuate? They should evacuate, and they didn't. So he runs down there and just runs around saving people, and then getting the monsters to follow him, and tells Raphtalia, hey, take these people out of town and save them and make sure they're not in harm's way, which I love about that. He's a real true hero. There's only somebody who knows they don't have attack power would sacrifice himself. And we see him just using his shield, switching from the rope shield, the leaf shield, the air shield, just switching through all those. And you see he's really getting the hang of it. And I think it's really cool that he's learning so much in such a short time, which I said again, it's probably a time skip, but And then as we see, he's even saving the adventurers that are down there too. Well, maybe they're adventurers, or maybe they're just actually just villagers that live there that have swords and stuff too. But you see, he's saving them, and then he has to save the knights because they're talking trash. Because Raphtalia is like, hey, don't disrespect my master like that. Like, what you doing, man? He's a hero. What are you doing? And the knights are just like, some hero. He's a shield hero, whatever. And they started trying to beat them up, and the shield hero, he slides up on in there and blocks a hit from one of the skeleton giant monster things. And the knight who's in charge just falls back looking stupid, no scared, like, don't say thank you or anything. He's like, hey, you guys go on, I'll just do this. He's like, get your information, I'll just do this. So he starts fighting with Raphtalia again, and then the freaking knights are just like stupid. They're just about to walk away. He said, let's go over to the other three heroes, which is something that really puzzles me, because I thought that they said the heroes had to go off by themselves to go like train and stuff and get stronger, but it seems like they were always freaking together. Like, all three of them are always together. They said they had to be in separate places, but even when we first seen them fight, they were literally all together right next to each other in the same place, and he was in the same place with them, but they were off to the side in episode 1. So that's crazy to me too. It's just I'm not sure, but whatever. And then we see some of the knights are just like, you know what, I'm gonna fight, so we're gonna fight here, and they start helping the shield hero, which I love too. They're just like, he's fighting, he's really trying to fight, so we're gonna help him because he saved us. And I love that kind of, like they're seeing him that he's not as bad as everybody says. And then another thing that I really love is the villagers that the village they go to save. They come back and we're like, hey, we're gonna help you because this is our village, this is where we have to live, we should be helping you protect it because this is our home and you're not doing it by yourself. And then after all the hordes are gone and they beat them, we see that Raphtalia levels up, and she's level 22, and freaking Nafune is level 19. So I'm wondering if it's gonna get to a point where she's gonna be uncontrollable, like in Pokemon. You can't have certain Pokemon over a certain level if you don't get this badge or get to a certain level. You can't have these certain Pokemon. You can't tame them or anything like that. So I'm wondering if it's the same thing like that too. This is gonna be with like slave characters, because that's how it is in other, like in games like online and stuff. You can't have these kind of partners if you're not strong enough to tame them and take control of them and give them orders. So I'm not sure if that would be that way, because she seems like she really cares for him, and we see at the end how she tells him like, hey, did we save people? And he was like, yeah, we really did. He was like, she was like, we saved people so nobody would have to go what I went through, just because we know her parents got killed by that, three-headed beast. I don't know if it was a Hydra. No, it's not Hydra. I can't remember the name of the dog. It's usually depicted with like Hades and stuff, like Cerberus, that's what it is. But yeah, so yeah, I just love the character development of this episode. And Shield Hero is like, whatever, when the people are like thanking him for saving them, and he's like, whatever, I didn't really help nobody, even though he's being modest and he's being shy and stuff. But that's funny. But yeah, and then we switch back to the other heroes again, and they're talking about, oh, the king's gonna give you a reward. I'm like, what about the Shield Hero's reward? He was down there by himself, and I'm pretty sure he beat up more than they did. They were literally all three fighting the same dude, and it's like, you're together again. Like, how is this not fair? You said at the beginning of the series that you couldn't be together, so I'm not sure if this is a plot hole or whatever, but I guess. And we see at the last scene of the episode that the hourglass flips back over and time restarts again. So I'm like, is this going to be just continuous? Is it going to be like infinity? Is going to go on forever where it keeps on doing this? Or is there a certain select amount of time where these tours finally stop? But that is the end of my review. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, and give me some feedback on my videos and what you want me to do in the future. My name is AMG, and remember, anime, manga, and gaming is all that, and I'm out.